against the team that drafted you. You have an opportunity to break your career high in rushing yards, but you said you wanted to let the young guys eat.
Ready to spare.
Don't matter. Good? Yeah. Let Kenny get some. You know what I mean?
It's up to you.
It's all good.
I just don't want, I'm going to take out all the starters if they don't score.
You good? Let them eat.
You sure?
Yeah, good. Promise.
I'll listen to me. I want you to do it if you want to do it.
So I'd rather see the young boys eat.
What was it in that moment that you were thinking that said, it'll be better for me to allow my teammates to get shine than have some sort of act of vengeance on my old team by breaking my career rushing record?
I mean, it was never about vengeance for me going into that game, to be honest. I struggled with that a little bit, but unbelievable supporting cast, whether it's my family, friends, coaches, teammates. But in that moment, which I kind of wish never went viral or kind of made it out there, obviously, shout out to the Eagles PR team. I know I was mic'd up, but I feel like it takes away from being authentic. But for me, it's like I see how hard, Kenny and Will Shipley worked. And I think Kenny's a really, really good running back. I tell him all the time, I got the scoop on him. Everyone sees him as a smaller back. They don't know how strong he is. And I get to compete with him in the weight room every single day. And then the Will Shipley kid, he's special. I think he's going to be a really good player in the future. And he loves ball. He loves the game. So, sometimes my motivation is to go out there and get the job done so I can see my guys shine. And the opportunity came where, Coach came up to me. And I appreciate Coach. A lot of coaches don't do that. But being so locked in to the game and understanding his players, to some people, they want that moment. They want that moment, rightfully so. But for me, it was all about hey, we work just as hard together. The reason why I'm able to get this amount of yards is to be able to feel fresh because Kenny was out there balling with me. Will come in practice, takes reps from me. So I just wanted those guys to go out there and get their burn.
I think that was you and your more authentic self. You said you don't believe it's as authentic. I believe I think the opposite, the total opposite.
It's when it comes out, though, because it's everything is I just feel it's different when you're on a show and how this, we talking, we chopping it up, but everything is clickbait and it's oh, we have this moment. It's all right, the Eagles posted it, and it's like I said, shout out to them, but it's all right, Sports Center and this and that and that, and it's when you look at it, it's weird looking at it yourself saying it. And you remember, people probably thinking, oh, it's people that don't know me, are probably oh, is he doing this just because the camera on him? In reality, it's I wish that moment never.
But people don't understand, though, Fred. You forget you're mic'd up, though.
Correct.
Going out, because you telling the homies, hey.
Yeah.
But once you get going, you're just being yourself. And so, for anybody who gets to hear this or see this, because I do want Fred to go, I hope they know that when you're playing in the game, your thought isn't, okay, I'm going to share this moment so it gets out. You are truly just living in your reality and in the present.
Yeah, and I just want to add that, I thought it was an amazing gesture, you to sort of kind of give it back to the young boys and want to give them an opportunity to build. But there was something else going on through your mind. You was just sitting there. Was it anything else going through your mind? You were reflecting on the game, the opportunity, or just being in that moment?
I was just kind of in the moment, just being in the moment. I broke a long run. I'm probably processing how I could score in that run. I had 3 triples that game. I didn't hit the home run. I had a 55-yarder, 2 40-yarders. So I'm probably in my mind thinking all right, what can I do in that moment to get even more yards or find a way to score? And I was kind of just chilling, waiting, kind of getting ready for if I got to go back in. And then Coach came up to me and just hollered at me.
As I look at the Saquan Barkley career, you could have broke all kind of records staying in the game.
Yeah.
You could have went for 2. You could have broke your personal single game record. You could have broke the single game record in the stadium. It was so many things after the situation happened, like you're saying, you're reading damn, bro, get your 8 more carries and see what can happen. I'm looking at it like that.
You got to think about if Coach never came up to me, I wouldn't have even known. I just learned that, I didn't just learn, I've known that your stats pop up, but some people know exactly what they have. For me, it's more of a feel. I know when I'm going crazy.
It wasn't me. It was EJ. It was Edrin.
I know when I'm going crazy and I know when I'm playing bad, but I never even for the first game this year, until you see the stat sheet, Green Bay, I didn't feel like I rushed for 100 yards against Green Bay, and I looked back, I was oh, okay, I did have 100 yards. Yeah. So in a moment you don't know. I knew I was playing pretty well, but I was kind of just I was so focused on making sure like this moment is not bigger than what it needs to be. It's just another game, because I do have a little fiery competitive side that I really don't show. And I was trying to make sure that it was, I was even kill, locked in. So that was just the mindset for the whole time.
So the competitive side, you can do everything. I remember starting to pay attention to you at Penn State, and you talking about things going viral. There's obviously the clip from the drill at practice where you evade people, you back up, you get through, team goes crazy. There's a catch you make on the sideline, and you have a decision to make. And I always talk about these decisions, right? These decisions I felt defined me. If a running back has the ball and it's a defender, who turns it down? And on one of those plays, you ran straight at the defender, lowered your pads, and run him over. Is part of that a mindset you're trying to instill in your team that even with all the talent, even with what people may say about me, I have to come out here and prove it every single week? And I'm going to start by showing you what I'm willing to sacrifice and give in order to gain an extra yard.
Nah, I think it was just in the moment. It was like the second or third play after I just got booed too. So I think I didn't even think about it. It wasn't like, I didn't come with the mindset. It was like, I'm going to set a message. Like, I'm going to set the tone. You always want to set the tone. That's a mindset going to every single game. I just caught the ball, and I remember just sizing him up. I've been working on this move a lot. And I kind of gave him something to see how he react. And I saw that he was just sitting there, and I was just like, all right, well, it's just science. Like, you're standing, you're standing there.
Take this shoulder.
Like, you're standing right there. You're on your heels, so I got nowhere to go.
Right.
Boom. And then I spun off, and I still didn't go down. And that's when I kind of was like, all right, like, I'm definitely in my bag. I'm definitely in my groove. And I went to sideline. I was like, all right, come on, like, find ways to get me involved. Find ways to get me involved.
Yeah.
The game slowly just opened up.
Bro, were you surprised by the boos? Because I remember, remember Jason Taylor? Mm-hmm. I played with him in Miami. He ended up signing with the Jets, who same thing, division
So
rivals.
I'm not the first player of all time to ever do this?
No,
that's how people act. People act like I'm the first player to ever switch teams.
But you're in New York.
Like, it's crazy.
That's New York, Philly.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, was it a surprise? Like you said, it was the third play I got booed. You're like, did you were like, damn, all I did for y'all?
So like I said early in the week, right? I think I set myself up for failure, to be honest. Because I said early in the week, I don't think I'm gonna get booed, right? Because like in basketball, you get booed. Like those guys get booed because there's not really like an opportunity where you get your one-on-one shot. Like I'm gonna get booed. And like Zeke, my boy Will Greer, he played with Zeke in Dallas. Like when Zeke went to New England, he came back. Like they put him on a board. Like thank you to Zeke. And I'm like, I know I'm not getting that in New York. So I was like, that's really the only moment that they can boo. Like I'm probably gonna get boos in the pregame and stuff like that. I ain't getting nothing really. But kid you not, they went 3 and out. And the O-line's out there, you know how like it's TV timeout. So I'm just like, I'm in my normal bag, I'm going out there. And when I started walking out there, I was like, whoa. And like, if you ever heard 50,000 or 60,000 fans boo you, like, but to be honest, like full transparent, like it really made me feel like something other. Like I've never had that feeling before, cause like usually you'd be like, damn, some people like, damn, they booing me. It wasn't really like that. I really was like, I'm really that motherfucker that they are booing me. Right. Like, cause you don't just get booed. Like if I was some scrub, I'm not gonna get booed. So it was more of like a compliment to me. And I really was just like, okay. And I even went to the sideline after the third down. I was like, you think they gonna boo the whole time? And my coach laughed and it was just like, yeah, they gonna boo. And I just smiled back at him. I said, all right, let me give them something to boo about. So it was more like, that was like it kind of helped me, if anything, gave me a little extra juice.
Jazz Chisholm just said when they were making the playoff run, I want to say he was in Kansas City and he was booed. And he said after the game, they don't boo nobodies. So
Fair
it's
statement.
sort of like what you said.
Yeah,
like
fair statement,
they boo you, they're booing you for a reason.
Yeah, I think they'll be better off booing their front office after releasing that Hard Knocks clip, and they certainly deserve it. Last time we had you on the show, I believe I left you with a message saying, before you can remind anyone who you are, you have to remind yourself. Mm-hmm. Are you him?
I do believe so. I do believe so, and I think it's a beautiful thing because life presents you with so many different challenges and so many different diversities, and whether it's injuries, whether it's, stuff, people have stuff going in their personal lives. For me, it's like you always got to find a way to remind yourself that you are that person. And it started this season with my coach, my coach, Jamal. He told me straight up, like, coming out of the draft, like, I was one of his favorite people that he ever scouted coming out. And we have the opportunity to do something special. And I want you to know to let yourself and remind yourself that you are him. And it's crazy because it went from last time I talked to you guys, like if you just where I was in my headspace, I was like, I'm on kill mode, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to remind everybody. Then like I felt like I did that, and then it's like now I'm sitting here hoping, praying for a contract or trying to get something done that I felt like that was right for me, and still trying to be part of the team that I want to be part of. And then it's like, you're like, nope, boom. Then I'm like, you know what? All right, I'm going to bet on myself. And I bet on myself. Week 2, I hurt my ankle on a play setting up the field goal to win the game. And I played well. I didn't play well in the beginning, but I like came back and balled, made some big plays. So then you like have a high ankle sprain. You go through that whole year and all the drama, and then the hard knocks in the off season, all the drama, not know where you're going to go, and then you get signed. So like I'm in off season in camp, like I'm grinding, I'm working, and you know, I'm getting my swagger back. But sometimes you need people in your life to help you remind that. And confidence is important, and you know, it comes from yourself, but it's also beautiful things when you have people that genuinely care about you and love you, whether it's family members, friends, teammate. In this scenario, my coach, letting me know that it's like we can do something special, and we are going to do something special, and let's get to positive self-talk, and let's start putting that in the atmosphere, start putting that in the universe, and let's go out there and do it.